Would you have kept on doing what you were doing if she hadn't spoken up?
No, because there's no point in me to do this anymore.
You were doing it to Whitley.
Yeah,
after we found out who
Whitley,
you were.
I had told her, I told Whitley, hey Whitley, you know what? I'm not who I said I was. Did I or did I not?
Yeah, but you never told me anything, what your name was.
Yeah, at the time it was a lot to do with. Like, I had Sarah and I had Hillary calling my bishop.
It didn't matter if you were still, you told Whitley that you weren't who you said you were. You kept talking to her as a man.
Yeah.
Why?
Because at the time, I had so much going on. Like, I had you guys, and then I had my family that I had to talk to. Should I have told you the truth and closed the chapter? Absolutely. And I didn't.
You know, you keep saying you had so much going on.
Yeah.
But the question is, you can't be too busy to stop lying.
Yeah.
All you have to do is unplug. If you're so busy, that's just one less thing to do.
I feel like there's a lot of pointing fingers going on, but the whole point of this is to promote safety. And I think our main mistake was we weren't safe with social media. I told you personal information without even knowing you.
Do you believe she would have stopped if you hadn't found out?
No.
So you don't believe anything she's saying?
Yeah.
How did you find out?
She sent me a photo of one of the other girls, and my sister knew her, and it just kind of went from there. Then I found Sarah, and basically just found out it was Kayla through that.
She started talking to me over 3 years ago, so who knows how many girls she's done this to before me, or how many girls she's done after Whitley, or if she's doing it to people now. Like, you know, forgive us for not trusting this person that lied to us about everything. It's really, really hard to trust that this apology is sincere.
Do you not think about our lives as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, if my family's going through this and they have to see this and they have to read these articles, that's ridiculous. And, you know, your family the same way. And I would appreciate if you don't talk about me in articles anymore. If you want to talk about your situation, that's fine. But do not mention my family again. Don't.
We're not here to bash you. We didn't come here to make you look like a bad person. We came here to make it public that this stuff happened.
But when you're talking about my sister's miscarriage, it's a little bit too far.
But you have to understand that we don't know what's true and what's false.
We can't discern.
And so on one end, it seems like kind of a bizarre story, but if that's something that hurt your family, we didn't mean to bring it up in a way that would make you feel bad.
There's one thing I'm confused about. Say whatever you want, but leave my family out of this and talking about the miscarriage.
Yeah.
How did they know about that?
Because it's something that, you know, I shared with them. And when I'm saying leave my family out of this, my family has gotten death threat calls, dropping the word. So when I'm telling you that there's a lot going on.
But didn't you introduce that to Sarah?
He told me that his sister, who was pregnant with twins, had lost one of the twins. And that was the reason he was upset and couldn't meet up with me.
You introduced that as part of the fraud.
I do not remember that.
Well, how else would she know about it?
Because we talked for hours. I mean.
So you did tell her that?
Yeah.
So you introduced it as part of the fraud. If you're so worried about your family, why would you involve them in part of your fraud?
If that was something that was weighing on my mind, why wouldn't I tell the person I've been talking to for so long?
But you don't involve your family in your fraud and then complain about people talking about your family as part of the fraud.
Kayla, we all told you about our real families and our real lives. Everything about my personal life, everything I told you was true. But you lied about everything. Like, we don't know what's true and what's false. Like, I just assume that everything you've ever told me is a lie.
How are we supposed to know?
I'm just trying to say, you're like a little boy that cried wolf. You know, you can't lie, and then say, well, they're supposed to figure out this was actually the truth and it's actually should be respected. I think the only one being disrespectful to your family is you by involving them in the fraud, pretending to be somebody you're not. Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.